Hey everybody, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. Zero Dark 30 blasting out of the bunker with the most satirical, humorous, non-realistic, not a news story, just some silly opinion. Yeah, you decide what the topic really means to you. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. Yes, we're back on the main channel. Suspension is now lifted, though we talk very quietly. These fucking yo-yos. Welcome back, folks. Welcoming John back to his own channel, who's been put in the corner for a week for talking about a subject that made snowflakes melt and cry over the Christmas holiday. Good grief, what a bunch of sissies and pansies, huh? Anyways, let's do this. Let's talk about it. You heard it first. You knew it first. We've been talking about it for some time. We all know what the hell's going on. They're pushing for World War III. Sergei Lavrov, who is hardcore Russia, made some statements. Yes, he did. He made some serious statements yesterday. Basically, he said, Ukraine, either you comply with some peace talks, or Russia's military, the army, will make the decisions for you. Now, this came a day or a couple of days after Mr. Medvedev's humorous, satirical predictions that were frankly called absurd. Well, because they were absurd. But isn't that the world we live in? One that is totally absurd. Unbelievable. I mean, where do we start? Do we want to start about the White House and its policies of blaming everything on Trump, denying any responsibility, leaving the border wide open, not taking that responsibility, then claiming that the airlines are responsible for the weather that has caused delay after delay after delay? Oh, that's absurd. I mean, but that's just a small piece. But back to Russia. Very important. World War III, folks, we discussed. We're on the brink of it being declared in some form or fashion, one way or another. And we have been steadily, if you're a leftist, let's say progressively, marching in that direction. And we've been noting it here. In fact, we called and said, hey, World War III has started. WW3 has started. It's just a matter of the big enchilada being revealed. Some big surprise attack, sneak attack, something stupid happens that sets it all off. You know, and it could be something just big enough to drag another country into the battle. The battle between Russia and Ukraine. Well, right now, folks, we'll talk about this more this afternoon in detail. There's CIA intelligence operatives who are looking at what's happening in Russia with the bombings that are going on inside and said, that's American intelligence directing what's going on. And they had some key information. Now, is it super secret squirrel insider? Or is it plain and obvious on its face, and it makes the most sense with the facts that we do have detailed for us? I mean, we're always in a position, I think, where we should be asking those questions. Is this so easy to see? Is it too easy to believe? It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a fact, right? There's so much that is factual out there. Anyways, here we are on the brink of 2023, on the brink of World War III. And we've got Sergei Lavrov, hardline, pro-Russia Russian. He's like every Russian wants to be Sergei Lavrov or Putin. Okay, he says, comply with our peace request. In other words, we're suing you guys for peace. This is your chance for peace. You better come to the table and start talking. The United States government, for its part, has openly demonstrated that they want more war, not by calling for war openly, but by saying, hey, Ukraine, we're going to give you some Patriot missile systems. So Russia says, hey, guess what? We're going to go tune up our nukes and our missiles, make sure everything's ready to go, just in case. Does that sound like peace talk to you? No, but Sergei says, hey, look, it's ready, right? It's time to get it on. And it's also winter in Europe and winter in Russia. I anticipate, folks, if you understand war, it's not like America where we think we can fight a war, 24/7, 365. Russians do and play things a little differently. Now, they can bomb the shit out of people in the winter, and they can do some things, but, keeping troops fed, clothed, alive during a Russian and Ukraine winter, it's a little trickier. So the point of that is wait until the spring. Lavrov didn't offer an ultimatum that had to be answered today. That's a kind of that's a everyday person belief, right? Because, oh shit, I just was given an ultimatum, I have to answer now. No, you don't. Right? So he's basically saying, if you understand military tactics just a little bit, and politics, is they're giving him a couple of months to think about this. Even though it sounds like, hey, this is the ultimatum today. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if they put a timeline and go, you have until this time to answer. But the bombing starts. The serious military campaign starts in the spring. Between now and then, there could be some very bad things that happen. Some very, very bad things that happen. We've been listening and watching and hearing about bombings inside of Russia on their military bases with what appears to be, right, very well-placed terrorist activity. What is going on, folks, is it's not unprecedented. That's why we can see it. But it is completely and totally shit, it's the fan worthy. How can any of this be good? Well, it's not. What good can come of this? What is the most good that the United States government in D.C. wants? Well, they want control of Ukraine back. And they want to put their military power and might and force inside Ukraine, because that's what they want. How is that going to help you and I? How is that going to help our economy? How is that going to fix our banking system? How is that going to save us socially from miscreants? It can't do any of those things. How can war in Russia, with Russia, how can that get rid of the Republicans and the right-wing extremists? It can't do that either. It doesn't serve anyone politically, but it serves the arms manufacturers. It serves the warmongers. That's who this serves. They enrich themselves. But you and I, folks, we get to pay for it. We do. Whether the U.S. wins or loses, we're paying for the missiles and bombs. Whether the United States government defeats Russia and comes out ahead, you and I get no benefit from it. We don't get cheaper oil. We don't get more freedom. We don't have nicer cars. We don't have more comfortable lives. We don't get a 4-day work week instead of a 5. But we have to live with the potential, the possibility of wider war with Russia, direct American military involvement with Russia and China. We have a lot of risk here with nuclear war, with our entire infrastructure being damaged and thrown into a tumultuous, chaotic SHTF world And will that hurt the rich people? Not really. Don't worry, they've got generators, they've got food, they've got access to fuel. They'll still have their airplanes, they'll be fine. Don't worry about our rich people, they're just fine the way they are. You know, they may be inconvenienced a little. They may only have 100 flavors of ice cream in their freezer instead of 250. But they'll do their best to suffer with us. Right? It's unbelievable. Keep up the good fight, though, folks. Keep sharing information. That is what we can do. Literally, we can do something. And that's what the left is trying to stop. That's why I was suspended for sharing information that they deemed, well, misinformation. So we fly under the banner of satire. But they're trying to stop us. They don't want us to share information. They don't want us to influence politicians. They don't want the truth and the facts out there that America believes more in what I say than what any leftist politician says, and that's that America is a great place, that our law and our Constitution is the best ever, that our traditions and culture and our morals and our decency are incredible, except when they're being what? Attacked, pinned down, and destroyed by these fruitcakes from sea to shining sea. So get prepared, folks. Do what you can. Prep to action. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. Because you are your best protection. Not only physically, but right here. In your head. Right? We are the absolute best protection for ourselves. And then take action and call and write your congressmen, your senators. Write newspapers and tell them what you think with emails. Don't be silent. Right? You can't hide from what's coming, can you? You've tried. You can hide and avoid certain things, but the consequences are real. The reality and the results, right, are happening around you, whether you take action or not. So you may as well take action and protect yourself. And then help yourself, help your family, help your country. Anyways, chance favors the prepared mind is yours. Godspeed. Semper Fi.